Hello students, welcome you all to the new class of physics. So before watching this video, do one thing, pause the video and comment your attendance in chat box. Okay, done? Okay. So today we are going to see a new topic, force on a current carrying wire placed in a magnetic field. In last class, we studied about the path of charged particle. Okay. So when the charged particle is moving inside the magnetic field parallelly or anti-parallelly, then the path will be straight, right? So it experience no magnetic force because sine 0 or sine 180 will be 0. Okay. If the charged particle enter into the magnetic field perpendicularly, then it experience rotational force. Okay, it forms a circle because of the centripetal force. In that topic, we studied about radius formula, nearly 3 formula for radius and time period 2 pi m by bq, okay, and then frequency 1 by t. So all these formula we studied in last class. If the charged particle move with magnetic field with an angle theta, then it will forms helical path. Okay, it will forms helical path. The superposition of two paths, which means addition of two paths, that is straight path as well as circular path. So addition of these two paths will lead to helical path. So when a charged particle move with an angle theta in a magnetic field, then it will follow helical path, right? So today we are going to study when a current carrying wire or current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, how much force acting on that current carrying wire. In previous class, we also study about the magnetic force, right? F equal to Q V cross B. So what is that force? That force is nothing but force acting on one charged particle. We take a positive charge as an example. Okay. So force acting on only one positive charge. It is placed in a magnetic field, or it is enter perpendicularly, or enter parallelly, enter with an angle. So all these cases we studied about only one particle. Okay. Here we study about one conductor. So one conductor have number of positive charges, right? Number of negative charges. So here we study how force acting on a conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. Clear? So whenever a moving charge is in magnetic field, it experiences force. We know it clearly. The magnitude of force will be equal to F equal to QV cross B. Okay. So here we take current carrying wire or current carrying conductor. Current carrying wire. Okay. So this current carrying wire have many charges, right? It have many charges, not only one charges, but it have many charges. So what is the formula for current in terms of charges? We studied in chapter 2 current electricity. Here we have current equal to NEAVD. Can you remember this formula? What is N? Number of charges, E charge of electron, A area of cross section area of the conductor, VD drift velocity. Remember this formula? We studied in second chapter. Okay. So when a current carrying wire having this much of current, okay, the current is product of number of charges and charge of electron, cross section area and drift velocity. Okay. So consider a conductor which we place in cross magnetic field, which means the magnetic field going inverse the paper. Here we have a conductor. Okay. It carries current in this direction. Then what will be the motion of charge? If current is flowing from this direction, then motion of charge also in this direction, right? Right? Because motion of charge leads to production of current. So what will be the direction of force acting on the conductor? by using right hand palm rule. Okay, by using right hand palm rule, thumb in the direction of motion of charge. Okay, and my four fingers inside the magnetic field. My palm shows the direction of magnetic force. So my palm showing upwards. So this is the direction of magnetic force. Okay, so this current will depends on NeAVD. Okay, so this conductor have many charges. Now we are going to solve a derivation to find the force acting on all these charges or acting on the conductor. Here we have magnetic field which is moving from negative x-axis to positive x-axis. Okay, so inside this magnetic field we place one conductor, current carrying conductor. Okay, so the length of the conductor is taken as L. Length of the conductor. Current is moving in this direction. So I can say my negative charge moving in this direction. Right? Sorry, my negative charge moving in this direction. Why? Because conventional current always taking in the opposite direction of flow of electrons. Right? We studied in very first topic of current electricity. Conventional current always taken in the opposite direction of flow of electrons. So if my current is flowing in this direction, then my electron coming in the opposite direction. Clear? So if electron coming in the opposite direction, then what will be the motion of positive charge? Because by applying this right hand palm rule, we only consider about positive charge. If it is a negative charge, then force will be downwards, right? If it is a negative charge, force will be downwards. So we take for reference positive charge. Okay, here also we take reference as positive charge. So if my electrons are coming in this way in the conductor, then what will be the motion of positive charge? Positive charge will move in this way. Why? Because two opposite charges attract each other. So my electron coming this way, then positive charge going to attract these electrons. So it moves in opposite direction. Right? So if I take a positive charge moving in this way, then I can apply the normal rule with the right hand palm rule. Okay? If it is a negative charge, then I have to change the rule. So for negative charge, my force is coming downwards. The same right hand palm rule, but here our force is coming downwards for negative charge. Okay, so for all kinds of reference we use positive charge. So here also we take positive charge. Okay, so my positive charge is moving in this direction. Clear? So here we have uniform magnetic field. Okay, so what will be the force on one electron or one positive charge? Force, can you able to see it? Yeah, force on one positive charge, or we can say E plus. What should be the force formula? Q P cross B, right? So to remove the cross product, we add Q VB sin theta. So what is theta? Theta is nothing but the angle between velocity and magnetic field. So here velocity moving in y-axis, xy plane, right? Here velocity is moving in xy plane and magnetic field is in x plane. Okay, so the angle between these two, we can take it 90 degree, right? Sorry, in this case, it is inclined at an angle theta. This is not 90 degree. It is inclined at an angle theta. Okay, for derivation, we take it as theta. If it is 90 degree, while solving the numerical, we put 90, then sin 90 will be equal to 1. If it is 0 degree, then we take 0. Okay, for this derivation, we take this current carrying wire inclined at an angle theta with the magnetic field. So we take it sin theta as theta. Okay, so force in all electrons. Here we consider a small region in the conductor. Okay, we consider a small region. Okay, this length is taken as dl, small length, So we are going to calculate the force acting on the charges which present in the small region. Then we do integration. Then we can find the force on all the charges, right? So here force on all charges present in elemental length, which means the small length dl. Okay, so we can take n evd b sin theta. I miss a here, NEAVD. Yeah, NEAVD. So what is n here? N means number of charges present in small elemental length. Okay, you write it here. N means number of charges present in small elemental length. Okay, so we take this force as a small force. Why? Because we consider a small element. So I take this force as small force df. So now total force acting on wire. So how to find total force? Simply we have to integrate df, then we get f, right, which is equal to integration of, here we have n means charges present in small elemental length. Then what will be the charges present in whole area, whole length of the wire? For that we take number density formula, small n. What is small n? Number of electrons. We already study about small n in solenoid, right? In solenoid, toroid. Okay, solenoid formula is B equal to mu naught Ni. What is small n? Small n is nothing but capital N by L, right? So we can say number of charges per volume, right? Number of charges per volume, that is small n. Okay, so I can take n equal to, what is number of charges? Capital N. What is volume? Volume of the conductor. We usually take volume of the conductor as area into length. Okay, cross section area, because this conductor have small cross section area. Okay, small cross section area. Okay, so we take n equal to n by AL. From this formula I can take capital N equal to n into AL, right? Here capital N means number of charges present in the small element, and this NAL will gives the value of all the charges. Okay, all the charges in this volume of the conductor, right? So we cover all the charges by taking the volume. Here I can write, instead of n, small n AL. Okay, here we take length as a small elemental length, so dl. Okay, total number of charges present in this area per unit length means the small unit length. Okay, small unit length we take dl. So here also we take dl. So here n means number of charges present in the small elemental area, divided by A means cross section area of the small elemental area, dl means the length of the small elemental area. Okay, so from this formula we can take n equal to NADL, right? So NADL, then VD EB sin theta. Okay, so further we can write F equal to, take all the constant term outside. So A constant, cross section area, N number of charges, E charge of electron, and VD drift velocity of electron, and B magnetic field also constant, and sin theta. Okay, we did not change any angle. And what is variable? our dl is only variable. Okay, I can take dl wherever I want in the wire. So integration of dl is nothing but a n e v d v sin theta. Integration of dl is l. Okay, so this is our equation. Here what is NEAVD? NEAVD is nothing but current. From the starting I said NEAVD is nothing but current. So I can take IBL sin theta. Okay, not IPL but IBL. You can remember in that way. I means current. Okay, magnetic field, length of the conductor, and sin theta. Right? So this is our final formula. To remove the sin theta, we have to add cross product. So F equal to I L cross B. Very, very important formula. I L cross B. So whenever they ask numerical problems, they only ask from this formula, because we never able to find the value for the charged particle. Okay, in our computation, in our calculation, we never use one charged particle. Okay, whenever we use the whole conductor. So for that they ask more numerical problems based on this formula only. Okay, what is the force acting on the current carrying wire or current carrying conductor, right? So here theta means the angle between length element and magnetic field. Here it is inclined at an angle theta. If the wire is perpendicular to the magnetic field, then the what is the value of theta? Theta is 90 degree. Okay, 90% of problem will comes theta as 90 degree. Okay, 90% of problem will come theta as 90 degree. So you can put sin 90, sin 90 will be equal to 1. Clear? So very much important problem. Okay, so from this derivation we can further say our force, magnetic force, should be perpendicular to L, and our magnetic force should be perpendicular to B. Similarly, F equal to Q V cross B, where we study F equal to perpendicular to V and F equal to perpendicular to B. Similarly, F equal to I L cross B. Here force must be perpendicular to length element and magnetic force must be perpendicular to magnetic field. Clear? So we will solve the problems. So we have wire which is inclined at an angle 30 degree with a horizontal line. We have magnetic field, that is cross magnetic field, which means magnetic field is inside the plane of the paper. We can say magnetic field is exist at the Z axis. Okay, so what is the formula? How to solve this? We usually solve this as F equal to IPL, not IPL, IBL sin theta, right? Then F equal to IBL sin 30 degree, right? We used to solve like this, but this is totally wrong. Why? As I said already, theta means angle between magnetic field and length element. Okay, so here the length element means the wire. Okay, the wire is in the direction of current. Okay, so this is my length element. My length element is in XY plane. If we take this is X and Y. Okay, my length element is in XY plane. My magnetic field is in Z axis. Okay, magnetic field is inside the magnetic field, inside the paper. So it will create an angle of 90 degree definitely. Okay, this 30 degree nothing to do with this problem. This 30 degree is unwanted data. Okay, we don't need any horizontal line. In order to confuse you, they give this horizontal line. This horizontal line is nothing to do with this problem. We don't need any horizontal line. Here our mainly concern is about the theta. Theta means angle between magnetic field and length element. So first we have to see the magnetic field and length element, which will create angle of 90 degree or not. In most of the cases, 90% of the cases, the angle between magnetic field and the length element will be equal to 90 degree. Okay, so here the 30 degree is an angle between length element and the horizontal line. Okay, some imaginary horizontal line. So we don't want this horizontal line. We only concern about if the angle is between the length element and magnetic field or not. Okay, here the angle is not between the length element or magnetic field, but the angle is between the length element and the horizontal axis. Okay, so don't consider this angle, don't confuse with, right? Here our problem is F equal to IBL sine 90 degree. Okay, my wire length element, length of the wire is in XY plane, magnetic field is in Z axis, so it will create an angle of 90 degree. Then this will be equal to F equal to IBL. This is my final answer. Clear? So we'll go to the next problem. Next problem, find the net force on the wire in the shape of semicircle. So here wire is in the shape of semicircle, okay, AB, right? So we have to find the net force. How to find the net force? So first we have to write the formula. F equal to IBL sine theta. Here what is theta? My wire is in XY plane, magnetic field is in Z axis, so theta will be 90 degree, right? So I can take F equal to IBL, right? So here what is L? L is given as R, this distance given as R, which means radius of the circle. So kindly remember one important point. Here L means vector length, which means displacement. So here L means displacement. Kindly know this point. L is not the length of the wire. In most of the cases we take length of the wire, but here L is distance displacement. Displacement length. What is meant by displacement length? Displacement length is nothing but the shortest possible distance between 2 points. Shortest distance between 2 points. Okay, so if it is a straight wire, if I take any kinds of straight wire of 2 meter, then what is the displacement? What is L vector? L vector is 2 meter. Why? So I have no choice. This is my shortest possible distance, right? But if you have these kinds of structure, okay, so my wire start here and end here. Now what is L? L is not this whole length, but L is shortest possible distance from initial point to final point. Okay, so this is my initial point A, this is my final point B, so this is my L. Clear? So similarly in this case, what is my L? So here our L is shortest possible distance from point A to point B, that is this whole distance. Okay, clear? So my distance from this end to this end, my B is here, sorry, I did the mistake, my B point is here. Okay, so my L is not this length, but L is from initial point to final point. Okay, so this, if this is R, then this must be equal to R, right? So here my L is R plus R, this total distance, this is our L. So I can take L as R plus R, so IB R plus R, IB to R. This is my final answer. Clear? So move on to the next problem. Find the net force on the closed loop. So we have a square loop. We have to find the net force acting on this loop. Okay. So current is flowing in clockwise direction in this loop. The loop is exist in XY plane. Magnetic field is in Z axis. So angle must be equal to 90 degree. Formula F equal to IBL. Right. So what is L here? L means, as I said already, shortest possible distance from initial point to final point. Okay, so if my loop starts from here, this is initial point A. Okay, so it goes upwards, right side, downwards, left side. What is my end point? End point also here, B, right? So what is the shortest possible distance from initial point to end point? Initial point start here, end point end at the same place. So the distance will be equal to 0, right? Can you catch my point? The distance is equal to 0. So here our L is 0. So I get F equal to 0. Kindly note it down. If in uniform magnetic field, net force acting on the closed loop. In uniform magnetic field, net force acting on closed loop is 0. Kindly know this point. Okay, so if we have a magnetic field, okay, if we have a magnetic field like this, if we have a loop, if we have a loop like this, can we able to find the magnetic field, magnetic force? Definitely. This is my A, this is my B, this is our L, 10th element. Okay, length vector. If these 2 points are joined together, so I joined my point A and point B. Here what is our length? Our length is 0. So in this case I have 0 net force. So whenever a closed loop placed in a magnetic field, the net force acting on the loop will be equal to 0. Kindly remember this point. Okay. The next problem from your NCERT book, example 4.10. The horizontal component of Earth magnetic field at a certain place is 3 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. Here they gave magnetic field, right? The given data. Magnetic field is given, which is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. Okay. And direction of the field is from the geographic south to geographic north. Okay. A very long straight conductor is carrying a steady current of 1 ampere. Current is given 1 ampere. What is the force per unit length? We have to find force per unit length. Okay. Option A, the current carrying conductor placed from east to west and south to north. So it is given that the magnetic field is produced from geographic south to geographic north. So which is south? If I take in map, okay, so for our assumption we take this is south, this is north, east, west. Okay, it is given that my magnetic field is forming from geographic south to geographic north. So this is the direction of magnetic field. Okay, south to north. Clear? Right? So in option A, I placed my current carrying wire from east to west. Option A, east to west. Okay, so this is my current carrying wire. Clear? So this is option A. Now what is the force acting on this current carrying wire? Because of this magnetic field. So what is the force? Write the force formula, F equal to BIL sin theta. Theta is the angle between magnetic field and magnetic field is in y-axis and my current carrying wire is in x-axis, right? So what is the angle between these two? Angle between the length. This is my length. Angle between the length and magnetic field is 90 degree, right? Can you able to see it? So F equal to BIL sin 90 equal to BIL, right? So what is B? 3 into 10 power minus 5. What is I? 1 ampere. What is L? It is given per unit length. So whenever it is given per unit length, we can take L as 1 meter, or we used to take force per unit length. Okay, force per unit length. So F by L per unit length. Clear? So we take this L outside the equation to the left hand side. So force per unit length equal to 3 into 10 power minus 5 Newton or Newton per meter, because we have per unit length. So Newton per meter. Clear? So this is my first question. Then second, it is asked, now I take this current carrying conductor and I place it south to north. So now what will be the force? Can you guess the answer? South to north. So now I place this conductor in this direction. Yeah. So what will be the angle? Magnetic field and length both are in same direction, right? So both are in same direction. Now my angle is 0 degree. So if my angle is 0 degree, then FBIL sine 0, which is equal to 0. Clear? Move on to the next problem. This is also very much easy problems from your NCERT book. Exercise 4.5. Okay, exercise problem 4.5. You try to solve this problem. Okay, pause the video, try to solve the problem. I will solve the problem and check the answer. Okay, very easy problem, you can do it. Clear? So it is given that what is the magnitude of magnetic force per unit length on a wire carrying current of 8 ampere and making an angle of 30 degree with a direction of uniform magnetic field of 0.15 Tesla. Here we have three datas. So the first one is current of 8 ampere, I equal to 8 ampere. You solve this. Okay, pause the video, you solve this. An angle 30 degree. Okay, with the direction of uniform magnetic field. So my current carrying wire create an angle of 30 degree with the magnetic field. So here we take the theta as 30 degree. Okay, angle between L and B. Okay, then magnetic field value, uniform magnetic field is given as 0.15 Tesla. So you solve it, find the answer. Now check it with my answer. What's the formula? F equal to I LB sin theta. F equal to, it is asked force per unit length. Okay, they ask what is force per unit length. So F by L equal to IB sin 90. Right? What is I value? 8. What is magnetic field? 0.15 Tesla. Sorry, here sin 30 degree. Sorry, I take 90. Here sin 30 degree. Theta is 30 degree. Okay. So you solve the theta value and you will get the final answer. Okay, I tell the answer. Answer will be 0.6 Newton per meter. You got the same answer? Okay, then clap yourself. We will move to the next problem. Next problem will be your homework. Exercise 4.6. Okay, a 3 centimeter wire of carrying current of 10 ampere. Here they gave length of the wire. So L equal to 3 centimeter. Okay, convert it into meter. Carrying current of 10 ampere, I equal to 10 ampere. Placed inside the solenoid perpendicular to axis. Theta equal to 90 degree. Okay, so we place this current carrying wire inside the solenoid, no problem wherever they placed. Our only concern is whether it is placed perpendicularly or not. So they said it is placed perpendicularly with the magnetic field. So our theta is 90 degree. Angle between length of the conductor and magnetic field is 90 degree. Okay. The magnetic field inside the solenoid is given 0.27 Tesla. So magnetic field also given 0.27 Tesla. Okay. What's the magnetic force on the wire? F equal to BIL. Sin theta, sin 90 equal to 1. Okay. Substitute B value, I value, L value. You will find the answer in Newton. Clear? Next topic is force between two parallel current carrying wires. So we have a current carrying wire which is placed parallelly. So what is the force acting on this wire? So if the wire is placed in a magnetic field, then we get force on the single wire, right? F equal to BIL sin theta. If the two wire placed on a magnetic field, then what will the force acting on wire 1 due to the magnetic field of wire 2? What is the force acting on wire 2 due to the magnetic field of wire 1? Okay, the important point that you have to notice, when two wire carrying current in the same direction, then it will attracts. Kindly note it down. If two wire carrying current in the same direction, then it will attracts. If two wire carrying current in the opposite direction, here current is going upwards, current is coming downwards, then it will repel. Okay, kindly note it down, write it in your words. If two current carrying wire or two wire carrying current in the same direction, then the two wire will attracts. Two wire carrying current in the opposite direction, then two wire will repel. Okay, same direction, then it will attracts. So let's see, we will solve one derivation. Here are the word infinity, current carrying infinite wire. Okay, so here we have two infinite wire. We take the condition, the two wire carrying current in the same direction. So first wire carrying current of I1, second wire carrying current of I2. Okay, so according to Oersted effect, whenever current flowing through the open wire, then it will produce magnetic field, right? So when current flowing through the wire I1, it will produce magnetic field around it. What's the direction of magnetic field? By using right hand thumb rule, okay, this is my conductor, current is flowing in this direction. So my thumb finger in the direction of current, then my four curled fingers shows the direction of magnetic field. So right side the conductor, my four fingers going inverse the paper. You try it yourself. Okay, then only you can understand this easily. So my right side the conductor, my four fingers going inwards the paper. Okay, left side the conductor, four fingers coming outwards the paper. Okay, you try it yourself, you can find. Okay, left side four fingers coming outwards the paper. So here on the wire 2, I have cross magnetic field. Why? Because my four fingers going inwards. So on the wire 2, I have cross magnetic field. Right? Can you understand? So my thumb finger in the direction of current, four curled fingers shows the direction of magnetic field, four curled fingers going inside the paper. So the current carrying wire 2 experience cross magnetic field. Clear? Okay. So I can write the wire 2, this is my wire 2, placed in a magnetic field of wire 1. So this magnetic field produced by the wire 1, okay, placed in a magnetic field of wire 1 will experience a force. So what is the force? Just now we studied, whenever current carrying wire placed in a magnetic field, it experiences force of F equal to IPL, not IPL, but IBL sin theta. Right? Here I can take force as force acting on wire 2 due to the magnetic field of wire 1. Clear? Force acting on wire 2 due to the magnetic field of wire 1 will be equal to current flowing through the wire 2, because we only consider about wire 2, force acting on wire 2. So I means I2, current flowing through the second wire. And what is B? B is nothing but magnetic field produced by the infinite wire. We already solved the equation. Can you remember the equation? Magnetic field produced by the infinite wire equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2I by A. Can you remember this equation? Kindly check your note. Magnetic field produced by the infinite wire. B infinite equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2I by A. Okay. Here A means nothing but distance between two wires. Here we take the distance between two wires as D. Okay. So instead of B, I can write mu naught by 4 pi 2I by D. So here what is I? I is I1. The magnetic field produced by which current? Here magnetic field on wire 1, on wire 2 produced by current flowing through the wire 1, right? So here magnetic field produced by the first wire, so I take I as I1. Clear? So 2I1 by D into L. What is sin theta? Theta is 90 degree, okay, because wire is in y axis and magnetic field is in z axis, so theta 90 degree. So further I can write this equation, F21 equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2I1 I2 divided by D into L. Clear? If I take force per unit length, then I have mu naught by 4 pi 2I1 I2 divided by D. Clear? So next equation. In the second case, some current is flowing through the wire 2, okay? So by Oersted effect, this wire 2 produce some magnetic field, right? So by using the right hand thumb rule, my thumb finger in the direction of current, forefinger shows the direction of magnetic field. So right side the wire, my forefinger is going inwards. Left side the wire, my forefinger coming outwards. You try it yourself, okay? So right side I have cross magnetic field, but left side I have dot magnetic field. Right? So my wire 1 now experience dot magnetic field produced by the wire 2. Clear? So I can write the wire 1 placed in a magnetic field of wire 2 experience a force of F equal to BIL sin theta. Clear? So similarly I can write force experienced by the wire 1 due to the magnetic field of wire 2 equal to I1, okay, current flowing through the wire 1, I1, then BL sin theta is sin 90. Okay, so what is magnetic field here? Magnetic field is nothing but the magnetic field produced by the straight infinite wire, which is mu naught by 4 pi 2I2 by D. Okay, 2I2 by D. Okay, magnetic field over then L. Right? So here magnetic field means the magnetic field of wire 1. So mu naught by 4 pi 2I2 divided by D. Okay, magnetic field produced by the second current. Clear? So we can write this equation as force per unit length will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi I1 I2 divided by D. So this is my final equation. Here I can write force on wire 1 due to 2. Clear? By using right hand palm rule, we can say my 4 fingers in the direction of magnetic field, okay, inwards, and my thumb finger is in the direction of motion of charge. So motion of charge is in upwards, okay. You use right hand palm rule, then only you can able to understand this, okay. Then my palm shows the direction of magnetic force, so my palm shows the left direction. So this is my direction of magnetic force. You try it yourself. Then dot product. So my 4 fingers in the direction of, okay, my 4 fingers coming like this in the direction of magnetic field. Magnetic field is in outwards. You try it yourself. My thumb finger in upwards. So my palm shows right side. Okay, so this wire 2 coming towards wire 1, wire 1 going towards wire 2. So these two will attract. As I said earlier, when parallel wire carrying current in the same direction, then it will attract. Okay, so you will find this by using right hand palm rule. In here, my 4 fingers going inwards, here 4 fingers coming outwards. You try it yourself, you will find the same answer. Okay, so here if you see the equation, F21 will be equal to F12, right? But in the opposite direction. My F12, this is F21 in positive x-axis, F12 in negative x-axis. So I can say this Derivation obeys Newton's third law. Newton's third law. Action reaction pair. Action reaction pair. Right? What is action reaction pair? If you throw a ball on the wall will produce the same force. Every force has an equal and opposite force. Okay, so that is action reaction force, because F12 or F21 equal to F12, but is in opposite direction. This is nothing but Newton's third law, right? So this equation obeys Newton's third law. Clear? So very surprisingly, very shockingly, one question was asked in last exam, that is define 1 ampere. So usually in CBSE board, they won't ask these kinds of small questions. Okay, like you studied in your 11th standard, define 1 Newton, define 1 ohm. So these are the questions which usually asked in metric syllabus. But in CBSE syllabus, they won't ask these kinds of questions because these are very, very simple questions. But last year, our board asked very surprisingly, define 1 ampere. Okay, so why they asked? Because their definition will be slightly much greater, okay, much longer than other definitions. So they asked to define 1 ampere in 2 mark question. Okay, so kindly note it down. 1 ampere is defined as that current when is passed through each of the 2 infinitely long parallel straight conductors kept at a distance of 1 meter apart in vacuum causes each conductor experience a force of 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter length. Okay, kindly note it down. Here it is said that if 2 wire carries current of 1 ampere. Okay, these 2 wires carrying current of 1 ampere. And the distance between these 2 wires is taken as D equal to 1 meter. Then substitute the formula. Force per unit length will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi I1 I2 by T. Yeah, substitute the value. Mu naught by 4 pi into what is I1? 1. I2 1. D 1. So what will be the answer? Mu naught by 4 pi. Mu naught by 4 pi will be equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7. Okay, so it experience force of 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. So this is defined as 1 ampere. Clear? So we'll see some problems. It is given that find net force on unit length of wire B. So here unit length means L equal to 1 meter. So we have to find force acting on the wire B. Okay. So what are the forces acting on wire B? In wire B, some force acting due to the wire A. So force acting on wire B due to A. Right. Then force acting on wire B due to C. In which direction? That is very important. Here current is flowing in the same direction. If you take these 2 parallel wires, current flowing in the same direction. So if current flowing in the same direction, by using right hand palm rule, these 2 wire will attract, right? So my wire B moving towards A moving towards B, right? If you take these 2 wire, current flowing in the anti-parallel direction. So if it is moving in anti-parallel direction, then these 2 will repel. So my C moving away from B also moving away from C. So FBA negative x-axis, FBC negative x-axis. Clear? So solve this. F net equal to FBA plus FBC. Okay, total force. Then what is FBA? Mu naught by 4 pi I1 I2 by D. Okay, plus mu naught by 4 pi I2 I3 by D. The distance is 1 meter in both cases. Okay, so mu naught by 4 pi. What is I1? 2 ampere current, 2 ampere. I2 also 2 ampere. Distance 1 meter plus mu naught by 4 pi. What is I2? I2 is 2 ampere. I3 also 2 ampere. Distance 1 meter. Okay, so if you solve this and add these two, you will get the answer. Next one will be homework problem. exercise 4.7, exercise 4.7 in your NCERT book, very much important problem. All the NCERT problems are very much important. It says that two long parallel straight wires A and B carrying current of 8 ampere and 5 ampere in the same direction are separated by a distance of 4 centimeter. Estimate force on a 10 centimeter section of wire A. So it is given the length is 10 centimeter. Okay. So can you find the force? Yes. So find the force, solve all the numericals and post the notes in group. Thank you.